Okay, so back to the painting part. This is part 2. Talking about the painting. After I painted it, I did the same deal with both of these. We went to the aircraft stripper. I got this at AutoZone, and you just put it on there and you just let it sit. I mean, you drench it. You just get a brush and you brush it all over. It burns. If you get that stuff on your skin, it burns. Wear gloves, wear sleeves. Don't get that stuff on you, because once it gets on you, it burns. And experience, folks. Even I had gloves on, it will burn through. It will burn through your gloves. If you've got those little blue gloves, it will eat. It's an acid. It's tough stuff. So you have to be very careful when you use it. Just make sure you have a sink around in case you get it on you. You can wash it off, but it will burn you. Wear goggles. Wear all of that stuff. That's the aircraft stripper. It's very dangerous stuff to deal with. So you have to be very careful. But you coat it. Get like a double coat, and you sit there and just wait, and you watch your paint just start doing its thing. Just start reveling up, and you just take a plastic tool, not a metal tool. Use a plastic, because you don't want to scratch up your tank as much as you can, and you just get rid of it. And you may have to do about 3 or 4 times, because some of that paint is going to be stubborn. Some of that paint's stubborn, real stubborn. So once you do that, I take it in the shower and I wash it off as much as I can. Put it over top of a tub of something so that it doesn't go down the drain. I don't want that aircraft stuff down the drain. We have plastic pipes, so I don't want that getting in the drain at all. So I put something underneath it to catch all that stuff. And then basically I do the paint thinner, get it done. And then as soon as that happens, I get a hair dryer. I blow dry it, make sure it's nice and dry, and then I apply the primer as fast as I can. If you don't put the primer on, you're going to get flash. You're going to get some gnarly stuff going on that you have to sand off. So you want to make sure you get that primer. Once you get that primer, then you can start painting and get ready to wet sand a little bit too. So what I do is 3 coats of the paint itself, whatever kind of paint you want, 3 coats, and then I wet sand. I do 3 more coats on either side, 3 coats. Of course, I do 3 coats over here. I do 3 coats, and then I wet sand again. And then do 1 more coat of, I actually do 2. Let me say that back. I did 2, not 1, but 2. 2 more coats of this paint. And then I slightly, just barely wet sanded it. Then after that, I went to my clear coats. And I did 3 clear coats. And then on my 3rd clear coat, I did a very, very light wet sanding as well. And then once that happened, I went into the wax part. The wax, I use Mother's. It's a wax that comes in a round jar. And I basically put a bunch of that compound in my hand. And I just used both my hands and I massaged this whole tank. Just got it in every corner. And then I basically polished it. If you go get a polisher, like one of these guys here. All right, this takes the polish off. You have a yellow buffing pad to get it on. So this is the Auto Spa Professional Orbital Polisher. And so I put 2 coats of the McGuire's wax on it. And then, of course, you do 1 coat of that, and then you use the blue pad, and it'll take it off, and then I do it again. So it's 2 coats for both of these. 2 coats here, 2 coats here. And then that's it. It's ready. So, I could take my finger. Nothing. This is nice and smooth, just like I got the factory tank. Just like the feeling like my factory tank was. So I think I did a good job. It's not the best job. If you like it, leave me a comment. Subscribe to my channel if you want some different ideas. Once again, I'm not a professional. I just decided to take a task on myself, and I'm quite happy with it. If you don't like it, I don't care. Add a comment. But just give your input, excuse me.